Well, I think it was many of us. That's one thing I've learned about advocacy. It's not one day, 1 week, 1 month. It's forever. Like forever,
Yeah.
I'm going to be following this story and making sure no one ever does it again. And I really believe a lot of people, actually, people come up to me and say, oh, it's too bad there's not going to be any accountability. And I say, no, there is going to be accountability. Oh, there will be.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it's him in heaven and there's accountability.
That's right.
There will be. And I think too often people think that they're going to just give up.
Nope. And I never quote Obama because I'm a really non-fan, like for real, on a deep level. But the one Obama line I always think is true is the arc of history is long, but it bends towards justice. And I think that's right. I agree. That's one thing. That's the only thing Obama's ever said that I agree with. And I do agree with that.
Yeah.
The arc of history is long, but it bends towards justice. We cannot see how the story ends because we're a point on a continuum, and the future is unknown and unknowable.
Yeah.
But we do know, looking backwards, that people who are brave and honest and maintain their dignity and integrity under pressure are vindicated in the end. I believe that.
Yeah. Are we gonna see accountability for COVID and how it got into the U.S.?
Of course we are. And the people culpable for it and the people who lied about it may be long gone. And we may be not here either to enjoy the final emergence of the truth, but it will come out. Everything comes out in the end. You can't have clarity except in retrospect, and often you're dead. But, I, speaking for myself, believe that we'll be able to see it wherever we are at that point, and I look forward to it. But no, I don't think we're getting justice this year.
Right.
That's the question.
How does faith play into your life?
How does faith play?
Yeah.
It plays a pretty big part, actually. I mean, I grew up in a church that doesn't really exist anymore as a church. It's more a social justice movement. It's called the Episcopal Church. It would be Anglican in Canada.
Yep.
It's an offshoot of the Church of England in the United States. And it was, the church of my ancestors going back a long way. And I grew up in it, went to the schools, and was baptized in it and everything. I married the daughter of a priest in that religion. And it kind of evaporated, and a sad story. But that was sort of the beginning for me of a much deeper, much more interactive faith based on prayer and silence. And I don't think I'm alone. I mean, I would never give anyone else instructions on how to be a Christian. Like, that's kind of the last thing I would ever do. And you would definitely not want to follow my example or advice. I just know for myself, you look around and there's sort of no other explanation for what we're seeing. And I know a lot of people are starting to feel this way, and they may not, like me, fully understand what it is.
Yeah.
But they know that there are larger forces at work on both sides here. That's very obvious. And so if I could level one criticism at American society, which I love and was born in and will die in and hope to defend, but the one criticism I would have is that it's too secular. We don't allow for the possibility that what we're seeing is the result of human decisions, of course, but also there may be other things going on. Like every society from the beginning of time that we know of has acknowledged the role of the unseen, of spiritual forces, of the supernatural in daily life. I mean, everyone has always acknowledged that until about 100 years ago in the West, when we're like, oh, none of that's true. Not even 100 years ago, post-war, Second World War, so 80 years. And so we're the anomaly. We're the exception to the rule. We're the only society since the beginning of time that didn't have conversations about God, however you describe God. Yeah, sure. But every society, I mean, you could go into the deepest, most remote parts of the Amazon rainforest in Brazil, Peru, and Colombia. You won't find a single person. Do you believe in God? What? What does that even mean? Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's not even questioned.
Yeah.
I think there's a reawakening to the reality that, of course, what we're seeing is not fully understandable. Of course. And I would also say, last thing I'll say, but is that I think the big mistake that we make is imagining that we can understand the world around us with great precision. We can't. Science can't explain everything, that's for sure. There are mysteries that science cannot penetrate. And once you realize that, you realize you're not in control of everything.
Yeah.
So the division, in my view, is not between Christians and non-Christians or believers and non-believers. It's between people who believe in God and people who think they are God.
Yeah.
And people who think they are God are really scary to me.
Yes.
They're the ones who make the bad decisions. It's not evil people who make the bad decisions. It's not serial killers running our society. It's people who think they have the power to foresee the future and control it. Those people are terrifying.
Yeah. Tell me about your wife, Susie. I adore her.
She's great. I married my high school girlfriend.